Hi everybody, I'm Sindy V King. I'm a creator of Calling My King. I help single women to create lasting love through Vedic astrology, neuroscience, and transactional analysis. And today we're going to be focusing on a very important topic, and it's practically what's the difference from a gamey person and a racketeer. And there is a huge difference. The reason why you want to know the difference is because you can either communicate and have a better understanding where it's coming from. And also, if you are dealing with somebody who's in that sort of position, you have a clear understanding where to go with it. Because the last thing that you want to be dealing with is a narcissistic or a psychopath. And I know that's a very common thing that's been going around in the social media community and in therapy session. I think it's really important to have a better understanding of that. And so that's why I want to make a clear definition what it is. And if you are in a gamey person, that's mean like you got too much drama going on, but you can also, there's a way to get out of it. And once you recognize it, okay, that's the key. The minute you recognize that you're in this situation, you can get out and you can change it. That's where the free will comes into. And that's what I really specialize. So today we're going to be focusing on transactional analysis and the things I have learned. And so you can have a better understanding where to go with the relationship. And that could be any type of relationship, but I really want to talk about romantic relationship per se. And I will give you examples. So I'll define it and I'll give you an example exactly what it is. And if you have any comments regarding about your relationship, leave a comments down below if you are in a situation like that. So let's get started today. So I just made a short PowerPoint, so it's, if you are a visual learner, you have a clear understanding of it. So how do you know if you're in a gamey situation or if you're in a racketeer? What's the difference? So, and why you want to know, and what is the difference as well. So what is a game? So it's actually a minimum of 2 people is part of the game. So it has to be more than 2 people. That's the difference between the racketeer than the game itself. So it's a minimum of more than 2 people. That's how it's going to start off with. And it could be more than just 2 people that's involved. So it has to be more than people, and it's always going to be like ping-ponging back. If you've seen the drama triangle, there's obviously a victim, a rescuer, and a pursuer. So those are the 3 roles that they could be playing. Obviously, there could be more than 2 people that happen, but it's never just one person. And it's always comes off with a belief system. And a belief system is something like you believe in. Okay, so that's a really a strong statement within yourself. It's almost close to what I would say, like, for example, a winner. So I believe that men should always be a breadwinner, or I believe that men should always are into trucks or into cars. So some sort of belief system that really that caused the games to start to begin with. And obviously the biggest one is a reason to discount. So you're discounting a feeling of the other person, or it could be within yourself, and that's psychologically is a big factor. So the real definition of a TA from today is so all games are replay of childhood strategy that are no longer appropriate as we grown ups. Therefore, my definitions is the games are played from a negative ego state. Part is negative as adopted child, or a negative controlling parents, or a negative nurturing parent. Also, by definition, game cannot be played from an adult part. If you have watched my other video, I explained the different ego state. So this is coming off from the negative ego state. And then the reason why they say it's never as an adult state, because the adult part of the ego is about the here and now, and that's resolving the issue here and now. But if you're in that belief system, this is how it should be and shouldn't be, that's where it's coming from. Okay, so let's talk about the racketeer. Racket. So racket's about yourself. It's about me, myself, and I. So it's one person that is the biggest thing. Under influence of a script. And what's the script is? What you learn as a child. makes a big difference. And if you need something as a kid, this is the way to do it in order to get your parents to act this way or get their attention. Those are the scripts. And you want to get clear of figure out where the script is coming from. So again, it's about you feeling negative, and in order to get your parents' attention to rescue you in this scenario, you're going to act or feel this certain way. So just know that when we see a racketeer feelings, we are learning to encourage those childhood scripts. So I would say the word script is almost similar to patterns, but I would call it script because this is what has been taught to you. So every family has its own restricted range of feeling certain way. It could be a wide range of feeling being discouraged or prohibit, anything in that sort of range of family culture. Okay, so what does the TA today really talks about on page 209, the definition? So it really talks about racket feeling is a familiar emotion that you can learn, and it's encouraged in childhood and experienced in many different stress situations. Maladaptive as an adult, meaning a problem solving. We define the racket as a set of script behavior, that's the key here, employ outside awareness and meaning a manipulation of the environment and entail the person experience a racket feeling. So simply what it means is that every family has its own culture and own wide range of feeling discouraged or prohibit. For example, girls don't cry over boys because your mother said so, right? Or every woman don't need a man because you're an independent woman. So that could be one of them. So you could get message like that as a part of the script. And I think it's really important figuring out what that script is. So it's a pattern within yourself. That's the big difference. And we call it script. So that's the big difference. I really hope I was able to clarify the big definition of what it really means and why is it really happen. Because if you don't know why it's actually happening, then it's a little bit of you're going to have a hard time understanding why things are the way they are. And I really hope that it clarifies the definition of where you want to stand in a relationship and what kind of problems that you want to solve. Is it the script problem or is it a beliefs problem? What is it that you really want to really cure within yourself? Because I think that's, at the end of the day, we want to know why is this happening, because if you don't know why this is actually happening, then it's really hard to really solve and break certain patterns or break certain scripts or rewrite your scripts. That's a really big one. And I will talk about what's different from a TA and a counselor can do for you, because they're very two different jobs for that. All right, so leave a comment down below if you were in a game situation or you were in a racketeer. So I love to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.
Look, if you're serious about being fearless in love and ready to be treated like a queen, links is down below to book a time. I got over 100 videos on YouTube and I post new videos every week. So make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button. You get notified when new videos goes live. If your friend is actually stuck in love, share and like my video. I do take requests on topics and answer your burning question about your relationship. So just leave a comment down below. Otherwise, see you in the next video.